This is my Anki fork. My main feature is adding a new concept mastery score, which is based on your success in your flashcards, as well as your success in other sources of evaluation. For example, users can input past practice tests, and that will affect the NTR score, which will also affect the space repetition that Anki has. So here it is. Basically, different concepts will have these different NTR scores, and which will affect the concept mastery. And based on those concept masteries, uh, there'll be different suggestions for what the user has to do. For example, if they have a low mastery score in chemistry, the NTR score will be high. They need to review that. Therefore, it'll be pushed into their space repetition program at a higher frequency than other cards will be pushed. The Android basically just has interface changes to match that of the desktop app. So basically, it just adds the screen with the predicted MCAT scores as well as all the NTR scores, which are just concept by concept mastery scores, basically. And the backend has a simple change, which is just rerouting the Android backend to that of the original Anki fork. Now, this is the mobile app, and we have the cards over here. And over here, I have some seeded data for the MCAT readiness score. And in this case, I got everything pretty much right for the seeded information. So the NTR scores are all quite low. But it'll predict the score and also have a confidence based on how much you've done. So, for example, in this example, I've done 320 questions, and recently I've been doing getting a lot of correct answers. Therefore, my MCAT score is quite high. But I still have a weak point, which is this structure and function of proteins and amino acids. So basically, it'll suggest this, and it'll also put this in the space repetition as a higher priority concept. Now let's go to the desktop app. I'll have a similar function here, which just shows this is different seeded data, which is basically more. This guy's getting more stuff wrong, and in this case, confidence score is way lower because it's only about there's like little usage of the review cards and only about 40 practice tests, which is not. 40 practice test questions, which is not enough to really evaluate at a high level. But based on them, it's also giving, realizing noting that there's only 4 out of 10 concepts shown, so it's prioritizing the concepts that have not been reviewed as much and suggesting what to do based on that. And yeah, that's about it for now.